I gave him a chance. I still give him a shot.
Oh, you got him going to Atlanta.
Yeah, I just might. But the point is, all of a sudden, they came out and laid the biggest egg you could possibly lay at this point in the season. But
Oscar J. or a dinosaur egg?
It was a dinosaur egg.
Okay, big one.
Like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, right? Yeah. And the point is that they came out without urgency, without energy, without focus. They were lackadaisical on defense. They were lethargic on defense, and they were ultimately just lost on defense. Because I'm going to remind you, that defense, as I pointed out last week, came in allowing the lowest yards per rush in the whole National Football League. And what happened yesterday?
Return of the Mac.
They got blown off the field with 178 yards rushing. I was way more disappointed in my great defense than my Dak attack offense. Because what did my Dak attack offense do right from the start? What it usually does. It went boom, 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 right down the field. Am I right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. And it reminded me of the Tennessee nightmare because that's how they started against Tennessee. Remember, against Tennessee, they could have scored 3 early touchdowns and they failed to cash. They could have scored 3 early touchdowns yesterday and they failed to cash. So let me count the ways they failed. Can we go to a play that was 3rd and 4 from the 30-yard line in the first Cowboy possession? And I thought Dak Prescott, here's Marlon Mack again. I'm tired of seeing that. Let's stop that. That's outlawed. Here's 3rd and 4 from the 30. And Dak throws a really sweet back shoulder fade to Allen Hurns, and he turns the wrong way. That's going to be a catch. That's going to be a touchdown or maybe out of bounds at the 2. The ball is, why did you
It's out of bounds.
No, it didn't. It hit the sideline.
It's out of bounds.
Right on the sidelines. This is a really perfect throw to a receiver he rarely throws.
If you don't mind me asking, Skip, why are you throwing a back shoulder fade when the guy's 2 yards in front of the DB?
Okay, I don't know, but it looked like he aimed for a back shoulder fade, and Allen Hurns turned inside, and you know what the next play was? It was a 48-yard field goal that got blocked and went the wrong direction.
I thought you liked Mar. You told me you like him.
I don't love him. And Brett the Fret, I fret every time I'm knocking on wood right now. So then let's go to the next possession because it's 7-0 Andrew Luck, and he had a nice drive for a touchdown. And all of a sudden it gets to 3rd and 1 from the 3-yard line. There's the blocked field goal, and it's 3rd and 1 from the 3. And what does my man Scott Linehan do? He calls a trick play to a guy who had caught 2 balls all year. Ola Wale. He's caught 2 balls all year.
Oh,
and it hits him right in the Wally. What are you?
Oh, Wale.
Yeah. Ola Wale.
Yeah.
And it hits him right in the hands. I'm saying, what are you using him for?
Why not?
You've got 21. You've got 19. And you're throwing it to Ola Wale? What are you doing? This is 7-7, and he drops it.
You said you wanted Scott Linehan to show some imagination, some creativity.
Ola Wale?
Yeah.
And plus, when he's in the game, everybody thinks he's going to do there's some trick coming.
Okay,
right?
but he get
right.
So
Scott, what are you going to do?
Okay, so Scott Linehan listened to you. Yeah. What he do on 4th down?
Okay, well then we get to 4th and 1 at the 3, and he goes straight predictability, right? Straight predictability. He just says, let me just hand it right up the gut to Ezekiel Elliott, and I'm down to my backup guards. I'm playing 2 because Xavier Zuafila was gone by then. He got poked in the eye, and I don't know what happened, and he's got an eye injury, and he's out.
What he said is his eye socket, and it swelled up like that. He might have fractured it.
Well, I don't know.
Really
so
bad.
that's no good. So now down to 2 backup guards. The backup on the other side I'd never heard of. He's from Harvard. Speaking of Harvard.
Oh!
How can you have a guard from Harvard?
Yeah,
I don't know.
he's smart.
You're in trouble.
He know all the line calls.
Usually those are skill guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that was a problem, and that got stuffed, and it went the other direction. And now we get down to it's still a football game. Next possession. This is 2nd and 9 from the 37-yard line of the Colts. And there's a deep throw to Noah Brown from The Ohio State University, who's pretty good. He doesn't get many balls thrown to him. But tell me this isn't pass interference all the way up the field. He's just getting knocked down. He's getting tackled the whole way. He got ridden for 20 yards. 20 yards. That's pass. It's just blatant. And they're going to get the ball 1st and goal at the 5, and they are going to cash that. And it's still only 7-0.
You just had the ball at the 3 and didn't cash.
Okay,
so what makes you
I'm
think
just
it'll
saying,
cash now?
you got to give us that one because flags are flying all over the carpet, and all of a sudden, no flag flies. And I'm just rolling on the floor. Like, you got to give me one. Just give me one, right?
No, stop begging.
I'm not begging.
That's so unbecoming to you.
You even agree that was pass interference.
That's so unbecoming. A guy that's team has the hottest running back and won 5 straight games. He's laying on the floor begging for penalties. Really, Skip? That should be beneath you for this team.
Yeah. So it's not beneath me yesterday in a game that they didn't really care about. And as Jerry...
Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that.
And Jerry Jones had the guts to come to the postgame locker room, and he told one of the reporters, I didn't want you to think that I snuck my new you-know-what out of town. You know, he said, I'm going to face the music here.
Yeah, what'd he say?
And he made a point that he thought that the luck drive that got a late field goal in the first half from 43 yards by the greatest kicker in the history of kicking, Adam Vinatieri, that was demoralizing to his football team.
3 points.
Yeah, but it felt like 33 points.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The man Jerry Jones just can't wait to give a boatload of money. The best running back in football, the hottest receiver in football. And you telling me 3 points is demoralizing? Don't do that, Skip. Now, I've sat here long enough for the last 10 minutes and watch you blame that defense. Your guy didn't score a point. 0.
My defense got blown off the field.
Okay, what about your offense? Did they not possess the ball?
178 yards rushing?
Hold on, Skip.
Marlon Mack?
Hold on.
Seriously?
So let me ask you a question. Would you rather have Marlon Mack or Zeke Elliott? Would you rather have T.Y. Hilton or Amari Cooper?
Now, that's a tough call right there. Because T.Y. is really good.
You sat right across from me last week, and you said you'd rather have Dak Prescott than Andrew Luck.
I
did. You
had
him.
Yeah.
And you got 0 points.
By the way, Andrew Luck threw for a grand total of 192 yards. He lit him up, man. He was just bombs away. Andrew Luck, 192 yards. Way to go, Shannon. I'm impressed with Dink and Dunk, Andrew.
Hold on.
Yeah.
He only had 27. We didn't need him to throw it. Why would we want to throw it and put the ball in harm's way when we running the ball down your throat?
So, by the way,
that.
At halftime, the time of possession is almost double Dallas. It's almost 20-10 at halftime.
And the score is double.
38 plays to 19 plays. What? Are you kidding me? And my team has 0.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, way to go.
And what did the Colts have on the point board?
They got 10.
So y'all had double the plays. They had double the points. Which would you rather have, Jenny? That's what I thought.
And that's why it felt like it was 33-0.
Hold on. Why would it be, Skip? Hold on. I'm confused. And it takes a lot to get me confused. Normally, if I'm confused, I don't finish there. But Skip, I ain't even started that. You got Dak Prescott. You got Zeke Elliott. You got Amari Cooper. And you're telling me a 10-0 lead is insurmountable in the first half?
And they had won 5 straight games against high-quality opposition.
Really high quality, huh?
Yep. So here's what my team needs. My team has a guy running the team named Coach Clapp. You know that guy?
Do know that guy.
That guy cannot motivate an empty bag. That's what he is. All he does is smile and clap about everything. And so you cannot expect Jason Garrett to get the Dallas Cowboys up for a game that really doesn't matter to the Dallas Cowboys. Again, Jimmy Johnson, back in the day I covered Jimmy Johnson, he would have lit a huge bonfire under that team for that game because he would have put fear of God in that team. Don't go up here and get embarrassed just because you think that Washington is going to go to Jacksonville with Josh Johnson and lose. What happened? Well, Washington stole that game. And just because Jimmy would have said, you think that without Carson Wentz, the Eagles are going to lose to the Rams. What happened to that game, Shannon? I don't know. Nick Foles, he won again.
What got to do with you?
He won again. It has everything to do with me because after this game, I'm thinking maybe we're still going to back in. And trust me, my Dallas Cowboys went into this game thinking, Washington's going to lose, Philly's going to lose, and we're going to win the division today.
Hold on, Skip.
Right? That's what happened. That's what happened yesterday. That's there's no motivation on the part of the coach. He needs external motivation. He needs the fear factor of this team thinking it's going to get embarrassed by the reigning champ Philadelphia Eagles. Those are 2 of the wins, right? By Drew Brees on Thursday Night Football, right? By... Remember what happened at Atlanta last year? When they went back to the scene of the crime, you don't think they were scared they're going to get humiliated again by Matt Ryan and company? So that's what was going on. And then obviously the rival Redskins, even though it was Colt McCoy, you know what he had done to them on a Monday night back in 2014. Remember that? So there's fear factor in all those games. We got to take it up a level. We got to play good scared. It's what I call focused scared, where you're afraid you're going to get embarrassed by somebody and you end up embarrassing them. They were not afraid yesterday of anything. They thought they were going to back into the division at worst. At worst. And it did not happen. They now have a 1-game lead.
If you don't mind me asking, what did Jason Garrett do yesterday that was different when they was winning these last 5 games?
Nothing. He just kept clapping.
Exactly.
And
but
so
now you want to play.
Now you need a different kind of motivation. You know it, and I know it. Now you got a 2-game lead because he kind of went along for a great ride. He just keeps clapping, and all of a sudden my guys are winning, and we're beating Philly twice. We're beating Drew Brees. We're beating Matt Ryan. We're beating the Redskins, and he just keeps clapping. And what did he do at the end of the game? I nearly puked in my living room at the end of the game.
What?
Coach Clapp walks across the field. He's got the biggest smile on his face, and he's shaking hands with all the Colts. He's the best sport. Look at this guy. Look at him. He's patting everybody. Come on, look at the smile.
Yeah.
He's the happiest man on earth because he's oblivious.